Happy full moon, wanderers, travelers, all of you who are having a conscious experience. We are having the second full moon in the month of Aquarius, and so we're in a portal. We have had Lionsgate in that time, and I'm not sure about all of you, but the last 4 weeks have been intense, pivotal, transformational, and even in the last 24 hours, I have been receiving huge downloads from Spirit about what is coming. Now, many of us are experiencing a gamut of emotions, and I wanted to come in today and just have a quick chat about it and then take us through a little bit of a full moon ritual for us to be able to harness the energies, use them. This is what this is all about. This is why we use ceremony and ritual, and why we can use the cycles that are present. The emotions that are coming up, what I'm getting from Spirit is that we're basically being squeezed. We're being squeezed from all sides, and anything that can't stay within our beings anymore is being felt, is being squeezed to the surface, so we have to face it. So many of you may be experiencing some of your shadows at the moment and needing to address that which you may not have wanted to look at for a while. You may not have even been aware that it is in your being, and it's time. It will have often links to what's happened in your early childhood. There'll be core beliefs, core thought structures, core traumas and wounds that we have made a story about, created beliefs from when we are in our younger formative years that then play out in our life. We're going to be seeing all of that. Now, a full moon is about illumination, so it's illuminating this stuff for you. We're also finding that in the world, things are being illuminated. I am not surprised at the information that I'm receiving and witnessing and being shown by other people through conversations from Spirit about what's happening on a global scale, how the elite are tightening their noose of control, and that there's such a bigger picture than any of us could possibly comprehend that's been in progress and working for a long time. Now, whether we go down the path of conspiracy theories, or let's just call them theories, let's call them points of view and perspective, or not, whether we only want to listen and believe to what we see on mass media, that's our choice. We also have a choice about our emotional state, our energetic frequency, what we let in, and what we choose to be, choose to act from. The biggest message I get is that our consciousness and our energetic frequency is the fundamental, first and foremost thing that we should be looking after and addressing. So I want to turn up, I want to share with you the tools and techniques and things that work for me to help me manage my emotional state, my energetic frequency, so that I'm staying in those higher realms and I'm not getting bogged down in fear. And when I have my stuff come up, I can work through it and come out the other side with that little bit more awareness, a greater perspective, and therefore your consciousness is raising. So join me in this moment. We have a beautiful full moon coming just after 10 p.m. tonight, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I want to encourage you to go out and look at her and use that energy. You know, some people are like, oh, it's just the moon, it's just a thing in the sky. It represents so much. It has such a connection to our beings, to the tides on this planet, to the waters in our body, that we can use these cycles as moments in time, as places to understand where we've been and where we're moving to. So, just coming into a still space for a moment. Just noticing your breath. Are you breathing deeply? Are you breathing shallow? Can you deepen that breath? I want to open up sacred space in this beautiful place I'm in. I'm calling in the east and water. You can't see it, but I'm sitting against this beautiful body of water here. And I use her medicine every day just to help me to feel grounded, help me to cleanse. We call in that element of water just to help us to clear out what is there that we're ready to release. Ashe, calling in the spirits of the north and the energy of air. Might be a little bit windy in this recording today, but it was worth being here in the beautiful outdoors. We hear the wind and the winged ones. We call on that eagle eye perspective so that we can see from a greater vantage point our own situation, what's happening in the world, so that we can make a conscious choice about what we choose to put into our lives, to do, to share. Ashe. Calling in the beautiful direction of the west, the spirit of the west and the energy of fire. I have the setting sun here, that illumination again. We're in the month of Leo and it is the fire sign. It is about moving forward. It is about seeing what's here and taking divine inspired action. Ashe. Calling in the spirits of the south and the energy of earth. Beautiful Mother Earth. I want to acknowledge the custodians, the ancestors, the earth spirits and the animal spirits. The traditional owners of this land. Thank you for the medicine that you provide us. I call on the sacred below and I call on the sacred above, Great Spirit, Father Sky, and I call on the sacred in between, the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, and open this sacred container for us just to delve into some full moon richness right now. What is being illuminated for you in the realms of your relationships? What do you see, feel, hear, know, perceive? Now I want you to take a moment to envision your greatest possible, best version of the relationships in your life that you'd like to experience. Perhaps it's with a lover or a partner. Perhaps it's with your children or your friends and family. Your co-workers, those that you interact with. What is it that you would love, that would feel nourishing, that you would like to bring illumination to? Beautiful. If you've got pen and paper, jot this stuff down. We need to focus on what we want to create, not what we don't want. What is currently happening in the realm of what you do in the world? Whether it's work, career, vocation, a role that you play in the family. Just take a moment and see where your frequency is at when I ask you that question. Now take a moment. What would be what you want? What is it you are trying to move towards, to create, to have in the realm of what you do in the world? How would you show up if you were doing the thing that lit you up, that made you ecstatic about getting up in the morning? What are the things that you require for that? Is it to be seen or heard, or a bigger paycheck, or acknowledgement, or support? Be as clear and precise as possible. Good. Now, what are you currently feeling about yourself? Your health, your body structure, your strength, your stamina, your flexibility, your vitality. How do you feel when I ask those questions? What's your energetic frequency? Are you retracting from yourself or stepping towards yourself? Now, what do you want to create? What are you calling in? Is it more energy? Is it more inspiration and motivation to eat better or move more? Is it to fit into those jeans again? Is it to just look in the mirror and be really happy and proud about what you see? Dream it, vision it, experience it on that energetic level. Write it down. And final one, what are you currently experiencing in your heart? Tune in for a moment into that space. If you had to picture a room, what's in that room? What does your heart look like? Is it full of riches and opulence? Is it empty? Has it got dark walls or big windows? What do you want to feel in your heart space? Every day I ask for my heart to open even more, for that energy of love to come out and wrap around the planet. That any time there is restriction, contraction in that heart space, that I find the courage to open it again and again and again. Use this full moon to vision the future that you want, where you live in a state of high vibration, where your consciousness has the opportunity to keep expanding, where you love more, where you feel amazing and healthy and free and safe and loved and seen and heard and acknowledged, and that you are worthy of this. That you have such high value just being you, that the world would not be the same place without you here, right now, being you just the way you are. Bring illumination to all the areas of your life. See where your energetic frequency is with it, and find out what would make it shift up. This is how we create our new earth, everyone. By doing these practices, by doing the things that take you out of the distractions into yourself, where you can work on how you want to feel, what state of being you want to be in, so that you can have that ripple effect to those around you. Everything you do is infused with that energy. Letting that ground in, letting those dreams and desires and visions fill up your energetic being with love and light. I'd like to close this beautiful space now, giving great thanks to the sacred in between, the sacred above and the sacred below, gently closing you down. Giving great thanks to South and Earth, gently closing you down. Giving great thanks to West and Fire, gently closing you down. Giving great thanks to North and Air, gently closing you down. And giving great thanks to East and Water. These beautiful spirits, thank you for holding this space for us today, for creating that sacred container where we can dream, we can vision, and we can raise our frequency. Have a beautiful full moon. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.